this has been the weekend from hell. Not only have Barnsley lost, everybody knows that anyway. That's probably why you've clicked on this video, because we're coming 15th. But I am officially a pirate. I can't walk. I've got a peg leg. I put my knee out playing football. And you know, like your knee should be looking at you like this, shouldn't it? Well, mine's looking at me like this, and it's giving me a bit of side eye instead. And that is still not the worst thing that I've had to endure this weekend. Let's just get in there, shall we? I mean, to be fair, it got off to a bang. You know what I mean? On that Friday night, I thought, oh, wow. We're off to such a great start. This is going to be such a good weekend. I'm going to love it. When Melia put ball into his own net at 94th minute, that was perfect. The greatest start ever. I just want to say as well, this game was probably that close to being a massive, massive win for Leeds. A huge win. Sunderland were really good for the first like 15, 20 minutes of this game and were massively the better team. But after that, it were just Leeds, non-stop. They were, by and large, the better team in this game. Miles better than Sunderland. If Leeds had been a bit more clinical, this would have finished about 4 or 5 for Leeds, easily. They were creating so many high-quality chances. I know, like, the shots on the possession, everything looks quite even, doesn't it? But it's just, it never paints the proper picture. Leeds were definitely the better side. However, I'm very happy with that result. Because even if it is a few sheer juju, Leeds cannot hack it against good sides. They just cannot do it. Norwich, Sunderland, Burnley, West Brom, Middlesbrough, all good sides. They haven't beaten anyone. The only good side that they've beaten so far is Coventry, who, to be fair, have looked quite shit. I just posted that video for a bit of a laugh. But Sunderland, I was expecting a lot more from them, because the only time that I've actually watched the full game for them has been Wednesday and Leeds, the 2 games that they've had on Sky. And after that 20 minutes, when they were really, really good, the goal were very, very good, the first one. They didn't really create a great deal. They were on back foot a lot of it. They just looks like they were lacking ideas for the most part, and Leeds were just really, really on top of them. But it is a good point. For both sides, in grand scheme of things, it's a good point. Leeds just feel absolutely robbed, which they have been by somebody who's got a bet on a draw in net. Stop! In the name of Proton VPN. Next weekend, I'm going to Copenhagen on holiday. I still want to watch football. I'll have to go on another thing coming if she thinks we're just walking around looking at pretty shops. I must see Barnsley lose from every corner of the globe. But thankfully, if I use Proton VPN, I can connect back to an English VPN and hear commentators tell me that Barnsley are crap in English rather than Danish, when I've got no idea what they're saying. There's over 6,500 servers in 110 countries, so if you're from Sheffield, you can count that on one hand, which is trusted by over 100 million people worldwide. And with Proton VPN, your IP address, your activity, and your connection location are never tracked or shared with anybody. And the built-in ad blocker protects you from malware and ads. There will be a link at top of the description if you want to go down and check it out and download it. I want to say thank you again to Proton VPN. Oh, thank you so much, man. Let's carry on. Right, West Brom Millwall 0-0. That gets 0 love from me. I don't care if it's a 0-0, but good point for Millwall. Watford have beaten Middlesbrough 2-1, and stats-wise, it's not absolute, complete, total domination for Middlesbrough. Yeah, they've got more possession they're going to do with a Michael Carrick team anyway, but it does look quite even on grand scheme of things. Obviously, I didn't watch the game, so someone will have to inform me what that's actually about. But Middlesbrough are a little bit too inconsistent for me a minute. I thought there'd be a side that would just definitely be in top 6, but after they had a really bad start, to be fair. They're not scoring enough goals. I thought they turned a page here with Middlesbrough, then into West Brom away, which were really, really big win, and they were a better side against West Brom, who've got best manager in the league, and will probably be a top 6 cert. Then go and lose away at Watford. Very, very strange, isn't it? But, I mean, obviously, Watford are in top 6, you know what I mean? They've got to get some love here, and they're scoring a lot of goals, but again, it's inconsistency, isn't it? Like, beating Sunderland and Middlesbrough, and then you lose 3-0 away at Preston in middle of it. Very odd. They're conceding way too many goals if they want to be in there eventually. Scoring a lot, though, which is nice. But really, really want to start keeping that goal tally down in goals conceded. And to be 6th with an even goal difference is mental. Swansea Stoke 0-0. Right, next. Let's do it. Hold on, because I've got something to say right now. These are going to win leg. I've gone from 18th to, what were it then? 12th to 8th to the winning league. I'm being deadly serious. It's mainly due to a lack of other good teams that I think Sheffield United will do it. But they started on a -2, so they would have been on 21 points. They'd have been top of the league clearly. No losses. 3 goals conceded. 6 clean sheets in a row. Still the last goal that they conceded were away at Barnsley. It's not like they're scoring for fun. They've got 12 goals, which is a decent-ish tally in 9 games. That's the same as Millwall. They're not exactly the most exciting attacking team ever, is what I'm trying to say. You wouldn't associate Millwall with, wow, loads of goals, and they've got the same as them. However, the defence is what gets you promoted. Your defence is always something that'll win you titles. Who said that now? Who came out with that little quote? It was like, attack wins your games and defence wins your titles. And seriously, If you're conceding 3 goals in 9 games and you've got 6 on bounce without conceding, they're a serious side. The thing is, they are still yet to play a proper team. And that is coming into it. Like, what are Sheffield United's fixtures? Let's just get this up a minute, because I'm sure the next 3 games are quite tough after international break. Leeds at Middlesbrough and Stoke. And then Blackburn, to be fair. And then it's coming up to Wednesday as well. So we'll see where they're at after this Wednesday game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 games to go until that baby derby, where they're all mates with each other and all the families are integrated Wednesday in Sheffield United and they all go to little parties together, but they hate each other on match day, don't forget. But yeah, this is a case of Luton being really, really shit when they've come down and Sheffield United having a fantastic transfer window, one that I didn't really expect that they'd have. Obviously, Michael Cooper at net, I knew that he'd be good. I didn't think he'd be as good as he has been. I think he's conceded like 1 goal since he's been at net. He's serious keeper, very serious defence, especially at home. They're not going to concede many goals at home. In fact, have they conceded a goal at all? Oh, apart from QPR, they've not conceded in league yet at home. Great. These win at league. Moving on. Wayne Rooney shagging greens. Go on! I'm slowly turning into a Plymouth fan, mate. I actually believe. How far are they off top 6? 5 points. Go on, Waz. And this is like total domination as well. Obviously, Rooney got ascended up. My hair looks shocking, by the way. I got out to shower and I can't dry it properly. Yeah, Rooney got sent off. Whittaker scored in, what were it, like 100th minute? 97th minute after he got sent off, which came after an 86-minute equaliser, by the way, which looks completely undeserved by Blackburn. And at the start of the season, Blackburn were really out one. They'd started really good. But it is just a bit of a false position, isn't it? Like, they've started really good, but will they be there when time comes? Probably not, even though they have had a really good start. To be honest, I think 4th bottom for Blackburn at the start of this season would have been good, after losing Smodics. But Johnny Eustace has got them going really well, especially at start. I do think they will start sliding that table a little bit, but I don't think they'll be in any danger at all. And neither will Plymouth. Not only because, just across the board, they look much, much better every single week that goes by. They look a better team every week. But they've got Sissoko, Whittaker, Obafemi up front. Team is mint. Their attacking talent is nuts. They're scoring for fun. It is one of them, though, as well, where if you're a smaller team, you're one of the weaker sides at league, you've got to be good at home, and that is exactly what Plymouth are. They are conceding too many, don't get me wrong. And away, they're really, really shit. But at home, if you can sort of make it a place that's really hard to come for teams like Sunderland, Luton, Blackburn, who are all, well, to be fair, apart from Luton. Well, Luton are a Premier League side, aren't they? But Sunderland and Blackburn, who are 2 top teams at the time. Really good. Really good stuff. Derby 2, QPR 0. I knew this was happening. Literally, I'm just not even speaking about anything. Let's just look at Derby's home form. So, it literally goes to January. It goes to January. Oh my God. They've lost 2 games in league at home since January. Drawn 1 and won every other game. They're an absolute joke at home. They don't even concede that many goals either. QPR none, Cardiff none, Bristol City none, Middlesbrough none. Even into last season, I'm telling you, concede barely any. It's a very, very tough place to go. I know myself personally, I've been 4 times and lost 4 times. It is an horrible, horrible place to go and try and get anything Pride Park. And with chuffing title-winning form that they're on at home, again, this is another side that I thought were almost a banker, really, to go down, because away they're going to be shit, which they are. But at home, they're really, really on something, and that is enough to keep them up, definitely. QPR, however, wow. Poo. Like, serious, serious poo. Oh, just, it's not even like they're playing bad teams, is it? And they're just dropping points constantly. Wednesday away, they got battered away at Wednesday, and that was like a last-minute scrap. Millwall at home, the worst team there. Millwall should have won it. If somebody, I forgot who it was, somebody at back post, upper net for Millwall could have tapped it in to win, and that's a draw. Lost away at Blackburn, lost to Hull, lost to Derby. They're not exactly like, oh, you're playing Sunderland, Sheffield United, West Brom, Leeds. It's not like you're playing them sort of teams. Nah, I'm worrying a little bit for QPR, I really am, because I'm struggling to find teams that are bad this season. Especially, like, everybody keeps picking points up apart from a couple lads. And QPR are not one of them lads. It's not good. Coventry lost 2-1 to Wednesday. Oh, God. What a shit weekend. Obviously, these stats look quite even, but I've got Coventry fans commenting on like my stuff saying, this is not an even game. Wednesday were the better side. Like, quite comfortably. Which, I'm scared. I need someone to come and take Danny Rowe. They're not going to do anything this season, don't get me wrong. They will not do anything this season because that squad still is shit. But if he takes over a decent team, or if he gets a decent team at Wednesday, I do worry. I am worrying. You just got to hope that eventually. Say Southampton. Oh, this would be nice. I've seen it. Southampton sack Russell Martin and then they go for someone who plays like a similar-ish style. But he's not as stubborn, Danny Rowe. So he might actually do something with him. Oh, please. Come on. Just put it out. Just put everybody out of the misery and just get rid of him. If he had anybody else in charge of the shit squad that Wednesday have got, this team is absolute wank. It's crap. That is a League One team. Serious, it is. Oh, not a team. Not really a good team, and he keeps making them get points. But Coventry, again, I keep saying this about certain teams. I thought they'd turned a page here. Just 4 losses out of the last 5 is shocking. Well, they've won 1 in the last 7 games. That is terrible. And then it was slapping Blackburn 3-0. Then they go and lose it up to Wednesday game after it's. It really ain't good enough. It needs to get a grip from Robins in this international break coming up because they keep conceding way too many goals. They're not scoring enough. The amount of money that they've spent and the squad that they've got to be getting a lot more out of them. Coventry, they really have. Pompey and Oxford have drawn 1-1. That ain't good for Pompey, that one. Don't get me wrong, Oxford are a good side. But like, if you're talking odds-wise and mathematics-wise, this is the easiest game of Portsmouth's entire season. They won league in front of these boys last season. Bet them last season. And now they've come up. Oxford have had a much better transfer window. Oxford are a much harder side to beat. Oxford have actually got the ability to win games. Oxford are much higher in table. And Portsmouth look dross. They just cannot get it over the line. They just cannot win a game. They're not scoring anywhere near enough goals, really. And they've conceded the most in league. That's really, really poor. They've been tonked a couple of times. And obviously, stats-wise, Portsmouth look like they've been better side. And they probably were. Obviously, I'm just going off highlights and it looked quite even. But if you can't win this, what can you win? Where are Portsmouth going to get a win from? See, honestly, I know they had a very, very hard start. And I said that they come out of that other side quite well. But it's all right coming out on that with 3 points there. You get 3 draws against good sides. So then get absolutely dicked by Stoke and draw at home to Oxford. But this next one, these next 2 games are absolute. Well, the next 3, the next 4, the next 5. Oh my God, all the games. Look at these next games. They've not got a serious promotion contender until Norwich. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10. If they need to win like 5 of these games. Seriously, they need to start getting some wins under the belt. If they cannot win in the next like 3, I'm going to be seriously worried about them because even shoving Cardiff are getting points now, not good enough at all. But Oxford, on the other hand, definitely staying up. I said this every time. Does it even need saying anymore? Do people still look at Oxford as a team that's guaranteed to go down? Because everybody in the dog had them to go down apart from me at start. And they're a really, really good side. Speaking of really good sides, Norwich are one that have kind of gone under the radar, especially in recent weeks, and this is a massive, massive win. Obviously, again, stats-wise, fairly even, but Norwich have got this bloke stood up front, and I know it's obviously saying this Sains has been man at match, and Nunes at middle were quite good. They've got a lot of good players, aren't they, Norwich? Very little standouts, which is quite a good thing, I think. Very, very West Brom vibes. They've got decent players across the board, good defensively, and they've got a proper serious number 9. Because he's minting that side. And obviously, he's only got 1 here, but he's a very, very good player. Hull, I mean, in recent weeks, you've obviously had 3 wins on bounce, so I won't really look into this. But they are conceding a fair few goals. It feels like every week they're conceding at least 1. But Norwich in recent weeks, Watford, who apparently are on a super run of slaying giants, they absolutely smashed them. Then they got to draw away at Derby. Oh, no, they're going to win away at Derby. I forgot about that. They've gone to fucking Burnabout. They've gone to Camp Nou. They've gone to Old Trafford and got to win. Somehow, a draw against Leeds, and then 4-0 against Charlton. They're scoring goals for fun. They're very, very, very good at home. And this goes into like, gee, this is last year. It don't even go further than last year. The only losses were to friendlies, so they're unbeaten at home in at least 9-10 months. They might be one, they might be one to get in there. And then finally for Saturday's Burnley 0, Preston 0. We do not care. Sunday, Bristol City 1, Cardiff 1. Bristol City, I mean, to be honest, I thought this was a bit seasoned that they might actually try and do something, but obviously not. They'll just end up finishing 12th again, won't they? They're so unbelievably boring. They're obviously away from the gap that's forming near bottom, but they're also 5 points off playoffs already. They bought life out of me. But Cardiff, another point. After just losing every single week, conceding 15 goals every game, they've gone from a win to a draw against 2 mid-table sides. It's a decent point, that. It is a very decent point. They're still a way off it, don't get me wrong, but they're now even on points with Portsmouth. So, I can see Cardiff getting out of this, genuinely. I don't know why, but I don't know who's going to go down. That's why I keep thinking to myself, who is going to go down in this league? I want to know what people think. Honestly, I never say stuff like this. Comment down below, guys. But genuinely, I have no idea who is going to go down here, and I'm struggling, and I would like people to tell me what they think. We have a serious look at it now. Obviously, Cardiff and Portsmouth are on 5. QPR have been really, really bad in recent weeks, but it wouldn't surprise me if they went on a spring and getting like 3 wins on bounce either. Luton are a serious contender, which is crazy, but they are crap up front. When they've not got Morris, it's pointless. Adebayo is shit. Obviously, Coventry have been bad and all, but I'm sorry, I'm not entertaining that one. Preston as well, really lacking in front of goal, but in recent weeks they've turned it around since Seki's come in, to be fair. Only 1 loss in 5, and it was away at Millwall, which is fairly hard place to go, to be honest. Speaking of, they're down in here as well. Stoke are going to be in a bit of bother. Wednesday, maybe? Plymouth? Hull? Obviously, Derby Warby because of their own form. Who goes down? It is difficult to look past maybe this bottom 2 just based on the points that they're on, but I can see Cardiff getting out of it. Portsmouth, I really can, because they've not won a game. You know what I mean? They need to win a game. They need to prove to everybody that they can win a game, which they haven't done yet. I don't know. I'm really, really struggling for any teams to go in this, apart from maybe Portsmouth. Right, let's get on with this shit. Huddersfield 2, Barnsley 0 in League One. Oh my sweet Nelly. God, this is just... This game was shocking. Like, across the board, this is 2 shit teams playing each other. We're both crap. And if I think that these are 2 of the sides, yeah, regardless of league position, these are 2 of the sides that are probably going to be in top 6 when it comes to it. Oh my God, the only team that will go up and stay up, if anybody goes up this season, they should only let Birmingham go up, because everyone else is coming down. Again, straight back down. We're miles and miles off it. Dad, look at the top 6. Wrexham, Mansfield, Lincoln, Wickham and Stockport in top 6. And I love all like that, me. But if Barnsley were in second, I'd love all like that. I'd love a playoffs like that if we wanted it and we were in top 2. But yeah, this game were absolutely dog shit. And I'm watching it. We create nothing. There's no clear game plan, which I do blame Clark for. There's no clear game plan at all. Barnsley have always been good as a pressing side, and that has just completely gone. We've got no press at all. Humphries, I feel like when he's fit properly, because he said he's not properly fit, that he can actually lead a press. Cosgrove can't. They don't even know when to trigger press. I don't think they've even identified who the press is. They ain't got a clue. They're just all over the place constantly. There's no real light trigger to go. Oh, the 2 chances that we did have, Humphries were on edge at box, and he should have scored, really. Again, I think if he's fit, he scores that. And then Cosgrove takes it past somebody edge at box and blasts it over from about 7 yards, which he's done a couple of times. I don't understand how a striker at this age, in this league, at a decent side, on a decent money, as a professional footballer, can't hit it into ground from there. How are you? I just don't know. But anyway, again, like I've said, this is 2 very, very shit teams. Herbie Kane is a fat bastard still. Yeah. We're crap. We are actually crap. We get worse every single year because as a board are just fucking crooks, mate. We sell all his best players. We reinvest with what? We've bought 1 player of value in about 3 years and it's done. And that's it. Everything else, we've probably spent about 2 million quid in 3 years and we've made about 15 million. So, happy days. I mean, I just want to get out of this league. I'm not even joking. I would rather go down than stay in this league again. I hate League 1. It's shit. I would rather go down to League 2, take off 20 new away grounds, win league and come back up. But saying that, as owners have probably just let us rot there for 15 years instead. At least bored. I've had enough. Anyway, good win for Huddersfield, but we're both shit. Peterborough 2, Stevenage 1. Stevenage at home are really, really good. But away, they're absolutely dog shit. Peterborough, I mean, they've been a bit on dodgy form, haven't they, really? But they have won 2 on bounce now. Again, they're in the same boat as us. They just sell all the best players and don't bring anybody in. The owner's just taking him for a ride, but just because he's active on Twitter, everybody loves him. He's a right bellend. Stevenage, to be fair, have done well to claw himself away from this sort of dogfight near bottom, because at start, if Stevenage had come 20th, I'd have been impressed. It's a very, very tough league this week. Like, 3 of the teams that have come up are all in top 6, you know what I mean? So it's obviously going to be an hard league. And you're going to get a lot of sides that have been in League 1 for a long time going down this year. But it's a good win for Peterborough, to be fair. They do need to start putting some together if they want to challenge. But I'm saying that it's the same for everybody because there's Rotherham, Reading, Wigan, Peterborough, Bolton, Barnsley, Blackpool, Huddersfield, Charlton, and aren't even in there. Speaking of one of them, Bolton 2, Shrewsbury 2. To be fair, this gave me a bit of a laugh when I went way home. Shrewsbury were 2-0 up, and deservedly so by looks of it in first half. Bolton have brought it back to 2 apiece. But the highlight of this game is this. Let me just get it up for you. I don't know if you've seen it, but Ian Everett is squaring up to a Shrewsbury player. He is an absolute alien. What is he doing? It's shocking, that. And Bolton looked like they'd turned it around a little bit, like a couple wins in a row. Obviously, they went away to. Oh no, they played Bolton. What am I saying? They played Reading at home and won. They've had 3 wins in a row in league. Against, don't get me wrong, they're against like nothing teams, sort of. But to be fair, we lose to them teams. So, and it is a really, really good point for Shrewsbury. They've been crap this season. Really, really shockingly bad. Awful. But that is a fantastic point away at Bolton. A very, very good one. They need to maybe get a couple wins because they're on 1. Granted, Burton and Cambridge haven't won a game yet, which is crazy after 9 games. But Shrewsbury, they've also played an extra game. They need to. It's going to be a proper dogfight down here this season. And a team like a Shrewsbury or a Burton or a Northampton that's been in this league for a while now are going to really, really struggle to get out of this. They need wins. They need to proper have serious grit and fate about them if they want to even finish 20th. And Burton have bet Bristol Rovers 3-1. Like I've just said about Burton, they haven't won a game yet. I thought they looked fairly hard to break down at home, to be fair, when I went there this season. But Bristol Rovers look like they've turned page a little bit after a really, really horrible run of form. They've won the last 2 games in a row. They're at the bottom of this little pit here, if I get it up, where there's a clear gap. Bristol Rovers are in 18th on 13, but they're 5 points in front of 19th. You know what I mean? Bristol Rovers are also only 3 points off playoffs. So entire league's just a mess. Anybody could spring himself up 10 positions in 1 point. Do you know what I mean? You can just win a game and your entire season and your perspective changes instantly. But them couple of wins from them and Rotherham, to be fair, has proper dragged them out of this fate down here. And finally, there is a hope for us all. Birmingham have lost a game. The end is near, Homer Simpsons. Ring the bell. I can't believe it. And it is by complete shutout. To be fair, if anybody were going to do it, it were going to be Nathan Jones. But Birmingham haven't had a shot on target all game. There was 1 shot on target in the entire game, and it went in from Charlton. It's like chuffing FIFA. They just looked completely void of ideas. And obviously we've lost, so I can't really say anything. But every single week, I have people in my mentions and my DMs and everything. If you had the best midfield in the league, you would have won that game. What's your excuse here, boys? You've created absolutely donut. You've done nothing all game. I'm going to say it. If you had somebody like Phillips in your team who could just hit it in from anywhere. But yeah, really, really good win for Charlton. Nathan Jones masterclass is an absolute hero. He's given hope to us all. The unbeaten season is officially over. They'll probably still go unbeaten at home, but if they lose the next game, wow, there might be wow. A couple of guys might be on fraud watch. I did really like what Birmingham's manager said after the game, though. That seriously tickled me when he was saying, "Oh, Charlton have spent a fortune. It's a really hard place to come." Something like that. Just talking about the money. That really got me. So bonus points for that one. Moving on. Exeter 1, Cambridge 0. Oh man, just relegate them. Honestly, just put them out of the misery now and relegate them, because Cambridge are going to go down as arguably the worst League One team ever. 1 point in 9 games. I saw, like, you know, on points per game and stuff like this so far, what you'd end on points wise for the season if you carried on your current form. And Cambridge would end on 5. 5 points. However, I said the same thing about Cambridge every week. Well, to be fair, I said the same about Birmingham apart from this one, and it never changes. Cambridge are absolutely dog shit. This is nothing new. They cannot score to save their life. Exeter, however, have been on a very, very decent run of form recently, which started away at Bolton when they won there. Again, they're not really playing any super teams either, but defensively they look very, very sound. No goal conceded in 5 games, 4 wins out of 5, including the Tottenham under-21s, which I'm not really counting actually. The only game they didn't score in were Wigan away, when Wigan, to be fair, defensively are unbelievable. So, very, very good run of form that Exeter are on at the minute, and I would not want to be playing them, I'm not going to lie to you. Just outside playoffs, game in hand on someone like Wrexham. To be fair, all these are on 9. Wow, we are in serious shit, us lot, you know. All bigger sides in this league. We're all on 10 games. These all little lads have got games on us. Moving on, Lincoln 2, Leyton Orient 1. Very, very good win for Lincoln. Again, Lincoln are up to 4th. Only lost 1 game so far still this season. It was still to Barnsley. Jesus, you must have been on an off day that day if you lost to us. Leyton Orient, again, they started really poorly this season, didn't they? Had a little couple of wins on bounce in middle. But now, again, they've started losing games again. They really, really want to start picking it up. They are at the bottom of that little pile of lads, just below Bristol Rovers. So they are definitely in a fate this season, and they don't want to be in there. And speaking of little teams, Blackpool away at Mansfield. 2-0 again. Mansfield in league, 5 wins on bounce. It's not like they're even creating loads and loads of stuff, but they're seriously clinical. Very, very good in front of goal when it actually comes to them. And they've lost Dunn as well. That's 30, what were that? 35 goal contributions or something last season from Dunn in League 2. They've lost that, and they're still scoring for fun. Defensively, they're quite good. Like recent weeks, 0-0, 0-0, 1-1. 2 goals conceded in the league in the last 5 games. Many, many goals scored. At least, well, 2 in all of them. So they're comfortable in most games. It's just a Clough side, isn't it? What? I'm not saying it again. I'm not going to talk about Barnsley ever again. I'm not doing it. But very, very good win for Mansfield. Blackpool, to be fair, I've had people just giving me shit non-stop saying like, oh, you're going to apologise to Steve Bruce. He has started well. However, 2 games in a row against Lincoln and Mansfield. 1 point. And speaking of Fat Steves as well, Rotherham again have won a game against Reading. They bet Cambridge away, which if they wouldn't have done that, then you might as well just pack up and go home. And then Reading at home. Reading are very, very inconsistent, aren't they? I mean, they bet Huddersfield. They lost absolutely smashed away at Bolton. Beat Burton, lose to Rotherham. Very inconsistent. It's just loads of antics on and off pitch. But this is a good win for Rotherham, to be fair to them. This is a really good win. Going into international break, 2 wins on bounce. It's good form, that. Stockport 0-0 with Wigan. Wigan, again, defensively, very, very good. And Stockport away to get a point there. Even though they just come up from League 2, you've got to, like... Realistically, it means nothing, does it? Obviously, the gap is much bigger in Championship when teams are coming down compared to teams coming up from League 1 because the money difference is ridiculous. And you can say the same thing about Birmingham, I guess, in this league as well, in terms of the money compared to, like, a Crawley. But... everybody is in this league for a reason. They all deserve to be in this league. Stockport, Wrexham and Mansfield are currently 2nd, 3rd and 6th in this league. So, they're obviously here to stay. Or maybe just leapfrog all of us. But they're all good sides. So, if you can go to Stockport away, or Mansfield away, or Wrexham away, and get a point, that is genuinely very good. And this for Wigan is very, very good. They are lacking in the goals. I'm not going to lie. They've only scored 9 goals in the league so far. But they've also only conceded 5. They've conceded at least. Very, very good defensive side. They're conceding a goal every 2 games a minute. And then we'll look at another one of these teams that should come up. Wrexham have, again, very, very good win at home to Northampton. And like I talk about Derby with their own form, you look at Wrexham's, it's exactly the same. Loads and loads and loads of green. The odd loss to, but that was stupid trophy, to Bradford, Tranmere, and that's it. Look at that form. It's mental. And it's not like, oh, we're scraping past 1-0. 2-1, you know what I mean? 2-0, 4-1, 6-0, couple 2s there, 3-0, 3-0, 4-1. They score a lot of goals at home, these lot. It must be the Deadpool presence. And again, I want to put this out there. They've not played any proper serious sides yet. Wickham first game were arguably the hardest fixture at home so far. They played Wickham, Reading, Shrewsbury, Crawley and Northampton. All sides that you'd expect to finish bottom half, barring Wickham, who might be like outside at playoffs. And I'm going to say this like, oh, well, you should be beating them sides. But when you look at table and you see that, all right, well, Charlton, Huddersfield, Blackpool, Barnsley, Bolton, Peterborough, Wigan, Reading, Rotherham, all sides that you'd expect to finish above Wrexham, realistically. I'm not bothered about the money side of it. The team that they've got is not that good. You would expect all these teams to finish above them. We're all playing these sort of teams at home and losing. We're all playing these sort of teams at home and drawing. Wrexham are playing all these and battering all of them all the time. They're really, really good side at home. And yeah, they've been dropping points in the last couple of weeks. Like obviously after the Birmingham one, they've only they've won 2 out of the last 3 games. They drew away at Leyton Orient and lost away at Stevenage. To be fair, Stevenage away isn't our place to go. And then smashed Northampton at home. So they have been a little bit inconsistent since the Birmingham game, where teams probably showed that they're not as good as they think they are. But still, they're second for a reason. They might have played an extra game to everybody else in playoffs and Birmingham. But they're there for a reason. Do you know what I mean? They're a really, really good side. And it would not surprise me at all if they're in top 6 by the time it comes. But this is a much easier league near bottom to talk about. Obviously, the last game of the weekend in League One were Wycombe and Crawley, and Wycombe won 1-0. Cambridge are going down. 100% they're done. Shrewsbury, I'm really worried about because they've only won one game. Burton, again, really crap. Crawley are going down. The way I'm seeing this is that I am completely writing off Crawley and Cambridge now. I think them two are done. Just put them out of the misery and end it. Burton, Shrewsbury, Northampton and Leyton Orient, it is turning it into a scrap for them two survival places already. There is a 5-point gap. Yeah, Northampton and Crawley have got a game in hand and they can close that gap a little bit. Burton and Cambridge, if they win theirs, they're still literally going to be in bottom 3. You know what I mean? They're still going to be miles off it. But this bottom 6 here, from Leyton Orient down, is your relegation teams. They're really far away from everything else. They just are. They're really crap sides, I'm sorry, but they just are. Northampton, I feel like I've probably got the most belief in, just based on like the individual quality that they've got within the squad. As a team, they're really shit. But I feel like the individual bits of brilliance that they could have could just get them a goal and win them again easily. Whereas others, I'm struggling to find them sort of players from. Maybe Burton have got something like that, but also they've not won a game yet. So moving up table, Rotherham, Reading, Wigan, Peterborough, Bolton, Barnsley, Blackpool, Huddersfield, Charlton. None of them in playoffs. We're all shit. The tide has changed. We are now the small teams. We're all mid-table League One sides. We're all shit. Let's just accept as fate and go and support Man City. Moving up though, Exeter in really good form. Game in hand as well. On all of us below them. Really good side them at minute. And then that same moving into playoffs, which has got Stockport, Wycombe after their win against Crawley. It's moved them in. So Stockport, Wycombe, Lincoln and Mansfield make up playoffs, with Wrexham and Birmingham still top 2. I don't think Wrexham will finish second. Birmingham is still obviously going to win league even though they've lost one game. That means nothing. But I can't see Wrexham finishing in second just based on the... I think against good sides they'll struggle as we move into season a little bit more. I can see a lot of these starting to drop points. You'd expect, especially when we get to January, and teams like these sort of teams down here start throwing a little bit more brass at it and taking probably some of these lots players. But I want someone like this to go up. I want someone like this to get promoted. I do, just as long as we're going up with them. Just stick Barnsley number 2, and then anyone else you could have Crawley and Burton in playoff final, and I'd love it. I just want us to go up, but I don't think we will because we're being run into ground by us owners. And I'll just finish on this, right? Obviously, I keep saying that I think we'll go up, right? It's pure delusion. It is. I feel like I'm quite level-headed about everything football-wise. Even though people say I've got agendas with Wednesday and Leeds, I think I'm quite fair with everybody. Maybe not with Sheffield United as much, but I didn't see that recruitment coming in summer. But that's a completely different thing. I am completely and utterly biased to Barnsley. I will think we'll get promoted every single season, every time. The season we come down from Championship, I had us to come 3rd, I think, and we come 24th with about 27 points. We're absolutely dog shit. But I need to understand what is happening. And it's that as owners are asset stripping us constantly. Every single season, we get worse. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. Look at the season from when we finished in Championship and look at us now. As graphics just like this, we get worse every single year. Positional, points-wise, personnel, the transfer value of his players, we get worse every single year. The squad that we've got is absolutely dog shit. I'm having this conversation with my mate on way home. The team that we had that finished in Championship playoffs, 4 years ago, who would get in that team? The current squad that we've got 4 years later, it's not like we're going 20 years into the future. 4 years later, there's maybe 2 players, Connell and Phillips, that would get in this team. As forwards are miles off it compared to what we had then. Morris, Chaplin, Woodrow, DK. You're joking? And look at these muppets that we've got now. Barry Humphries, I like Humphries. And as defence, I mean, fucketh me, to put it politely. We are absolutely dog shit. But anyway, thank you as always for watching. I want to say thank you again to Proton VPN for sponsoring this video. Yeah. Thank God international breaks here so I can have a week off. Get me on holiday. See you in a bit, boys.